Man, who is feeding the walkers? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, what is going on? It is your boy Ian K for Peep This Out, here with a recap and some quick thoughts on episode 2 of season 4 of The Walking Dead. An amazing start to the season continued. A very amazing episode titled Infected. It is going crazy already. It is definitely off the chain. Who knew Tyrese could sing? Very, very sweet opening with his girlfriend Karen. Very nice to see those two together and see what would happen. I was really hoping that they would actually kind of progress that relationship as the season goes. But obviously, if you've seen this episode, you know what goes on. People are dropping like flies and we barely know them. We actually see somebody feeding the walkers, those rats. We don't know who exactly it is. We don't know what's going on just yet, but something is definitely at play here. Very nice moments there with Glenn and Maggie. Glenn taking a picture of Maggie while she slept. I can't help but feel something really horrible is going to happen with this couple by the end of the season. But again, if you guys have read the comic book, I'm sure you guys will figure out what will happen later on down the road. Picking up directly with Walker Patrick, very, very crazy beginning. We all knew exactly what was going to happen at the end of last week's episode, seeing what was going to happen with him. The formerly infected, newly resurrected Patrick pretty much set in motion some pretty horrific events, and that was one of the big set pieces of the episode. Everyone just going crazy, trying to put down all those who were newly resurrected walkers within Cell Block D. Seeing that poor guy getting his throat ripped out while he slept, couldn't scream for help, was really that much more gory and graphic, and it was pretty sad to see. Seeing Rick again trying to get back to humanity of what he'd lost with his son continued this week, but by the end of the episode I think we see Rick returning to true form and coming back to lead the group the way that he should. I think they're going to bring him back to the way that he was, so definitely looking forward to that. Carol teaching a hard lesson. What did you guys think about that? That was a little intense to watch. Those two little girls losing their dad to a walker, and obviously before he turned into a walker himself. Carol trying to teach Lizzie in particular, trying to take care of business. With that was a very tough scene to watch overall. With Carol being a very weak character early on to becoming a very strong-minded character, survivalist so far in season 4. It's going to be nice to see that progression of her character as the season goes by. The walls of Michonne are dropping like flies. I'm telling you right now, they're really giving some shades to this character that we've been wanting to see since she was introduced. Very nice to see what had happened with her. She's laughing more, she's opening up more. But clearly the battle outside of Cell Block D where she got hurt herself, and then her scenes with Beth subsequently, you can see that she's got a lot still that she needs to be discussing with the viewers. Naturally, we want to see exactly what's going on with her. But seeing her hold that baby at the very end that Beth gives her gives you a little hint that possibly she may have lost a child herself. You really kind of took away from that the emotional detachment. She didn't want anything to do with that child, but as soon as Beth forced it on her and she was holding that baby, seeing her cry, very intense, very emotional. Again, showrunner Scott Gimple is on point with this. Every single character so far this season has just been dynamite in terms of storytelling, and it's only the second episode. We've got Herschel and the group having their little quote-unquote town hall meeting to decide what to do, and obviously quarantine is the first thing that they decide on, taking people who they appear to be sick or who they think are sick and separating them from the group. One of those coincidentally happens to be Karen, and obviously that doesn't sit well with Tyrese. One of the biggest things obviously was the almost walker breach of the fence line right on the outside there, and of course Rick doing what he had to do and sacrificing the pigs, who they're assuming is the partial or probable cause of this Spanish type flu or this type of flu sickness that's going around. Basically seeing him do what he had to do with those pigs, with those walkers, was hard to watch even for me. Really, really sad to see, and I think you can actually see Rick himself have trouble doing that. I can only imagine Andrew Lincoln doing that scene as that character, having to pretend to kill those pigs and basically lead those walkers away. Pretty intense overall, but you gotta do what you gotta do to protect your family, to protect the group, and that was very intense to watch. The episode ended off obviously with Tyrese going to see Karen and finding out obviously that she had been taken out back along with another quarantine prisoner and appears to be burned. So obviously there is some craziness going on internally there. Who is feeding the walkers? Who is doing these things to the members of the group? Obviously at the end of season 3 with all the people from Woodbury being brought over, I don't think we've met just about everybody who can possibly be a suspect, so to speak. Could it be those little girls, possibly? Who knows? There was a little quote by one of the sisters saying that her sister was not quite all together, that type of thing as well. So maybe she could be feeding the walkers and she could be leading towards something there. Who knows? All in all, episode 2, Infected, is definitely on point for storytelling. It is moving along at a very nice clip. We're getting lots of great characterization from our favorite characters, as well as some of the newer ones that are being introduced and then killed off pretty quickly. Special effects team is bringing their A game like no other. This is easily the most graphically intense Walking Dead season so far. Seeing a poor guy get his throat ripped out in the very beginning and subsequently flopping off the bed with his guts coming out was just intense to watch for basic cable especially. Alright guys, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and without a doubt, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. What are you looking forward to? What are some of the things that you thought were the standout points from episode 2, Infected? As always, please like, share, and subscribe to Peep This Out. Tell all your friends about it. Have them take a look at those videos. There's a lot of great content there, a lot of great stuff coming for sure. Guys, this has been your boy Ian K for Peep This Out, breaking down the weekly recap for The Walking Dead Season 4. You all know what's up. We'll talk to you next week. Stay frosty.